Hello, and welcome to Buckman's Model Mania. Today we're going to be doing issue 33 of the Disney Dollhouse. This one is going to require me to bring the dollhouse over again, so I've got it actually next to me. And this one looks like it's not a whole lot, but there's a lot to it. What we're doing here is we're going to put the door in between the Frozen room and Alice's kitchen, Alice in Wonderland kitchen. So let's not throw parts all over the house. Get that out of the way. And so what we have is the door frame, we have the top of the door frame there. We have the bottom. And this is for the side on the Frozen side, or on the Frozen side of the house. This is the trim on the house for the Frozen room side. This will go in. I'll set them up like this. This will be the base of the door. This will be the top of the door. We also have Marie from the Aristocats, another figure. We have the door itself. Interesting. Oh. Actually, that's kind of neat the way they did that. I was looking at this going, where's the other side of the door? Well, the kitchen door, side of the door, is plastic. And the Frozen side is wood. And it actually, like the other one, is warped a little bit. That's okay. We will make it straighten out. It'll take some clamping, which means I'll have to probably have to let it sit for a few minutes while it dries. So we'll set the door pieces down. We've got the Frozen side. We've got the Alice side. We have the side of the door. Something I don't think I've pointed out. These are always rounded so that the door will catch, but it will also be able to turn easily. We've got the side towards the opening, or not towards the opening, the side that opens, yeah. Bottom frame, the top frame. Actually, these frames are interchangeable. We have got our two pins, which make the door actually work. Actually, let's move the coffee cup. Bring over this one that's already down here. We've got the two door handles, door pulls, however you want to call it. This is going to go onto the Frozen side of the door. And since it's curved, it is curved as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do it the opposite direction. I'm going to force it to lay down like that, which means, again, some extra time that won't be on video gluing, because otherwise it'll have the tendency to pop up like that, mostly just right here. And it's because it's wood, it warps a little bit. That's why you use a little bit of glue. On here, since this is white, I will only use white glue. I won't use wood glue. And then we have the door frame itself. Two pieces. This side will go on the Frozen side. This side will go on the Alice side. And then the top of the door frame on the kitchen side with the Queen of Hearts crown on top. So let's go ahead and get rid of this box here and get building. So first thing it says, it identifies which side of the door and first thing it has us do is actually glue this part down. So I'm going to throw some glue in here. Actually, it has us glue this down and glue it to here. I'm going to put glue on here. I'm going to put glue on there. I'm going to glue them together. I'm going to clamp them, and then I'm going to let them sit for a little while. So I'll pause the video once I have these parts clamped together. I don't want to put an extreme amount of glue in here. I don't want it to flow all over the place. Again, I'm not going to use the wood glue because wood glue is yellow, and yet the yellow will show up on the white wood. So we're going to set this on here. Set it in there. We're going to go ahead and clamp it right there. Clean a little bit of excess glue off of here. Rest of it looks okay. While that is curing a little bit, we're going to run a little bit of glue. And actually, I should do it the way I was doing it yesterday. The way I do it with regular, or with super glue, not regular glue. But put some here in the tray and then use the pin vise to put it in place. Could use the pin vise or the brush. I tend to use the pin vise for most of my gluing. So we're just going to run a little bit of glue all the way around. They could almost have made this door frame, the plastic one, just a hair larger. And then you would just set the door, the wooden piece, inside of the door frame, or inside of the door. But it might not have come out looking as good as it does. You'd see the plastic around the edges of the wood, and that would probably not look that great. The one thing about using the pin vise for white glue is it takes a lot of dips to bring it over. Super glue tends to spread a little bit better than the white glue. Okay, go ahead and take this clamp off, and it popped right up. So let's set this on here. Make sure it's lined up all the way around. Try not to get glue on the face, white face of the door, because it will attract dirt like nobody's business. What we're going to do is we're going to put the 4 clamps around the 4 sides, making it clamp down. And you can see this is up. So I'm going to take another clamp and put it right in the middle there to get that back down where it's supposed to be, making sure everywhere else is clamped down. Hey, look at that. There's the 5th clamp that I needed. I didn't see it because it was behind my hand. So now we're going to set that aside for a couple of minutes. I will probably end up pausing the camera and just looking. Yeah, because I can glue these parts. Whoops. I can glue these parts together, but it doesn't make sense to. And vertical montant A. Which one is A? Okay. A is the rounded one. So instead of, I can do it that way. Put some glue in here. Actually, a little bit up here as well. We're going to go ahead and put that in place. and it's not going to stick yet. It's white glue. I should know better than that. I'm going to go ahead and hold that for a second. Actually, I don't have to hold it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set it down here, because it'll get straight when I put it on the door, and it's not staying close to it. Okay, let's try it this way instead. Let's get this glue out of here. That's why I love wood glue so much better. It sticks really quick. But I need to be careful. Just a dot in there. So we're going to put it in there. A little bit of glue coming out of the top, not such a big deal. And you can see there a little bit that the yellow from the glue is visible. It's more visible to the naked eye than it is on camera. Hopefully this will set up okay and stay in place. It's not wanting to behave. Like I said, we can get this set in place. I'm squaring it up with the squares on the mat. We'll set that in place. We'll let it be. We'll take the door handles, which they don't have you putting them on until after. Okay, so the door handle goes like that. I'm just looking. Put the door handles on there. Put a little bit of glue in each hole. The longer part of the door handle is going to go to the top. Put some glue on the back of it. Push these pins in. Okay, come on. There we go. Actually, that is very well seated. You can see the holes there. Like I said, the handle goes like that. Let me just double, yeah. Goes towards the bottom half of the door. Do the same. Probably don't need glue in these holes, actually, with as tight as that fit was. A little bit of glue in there. A little bit of glue on the back of the top piece. And we're going to push these in here. Push the pins in. Come on. Come on, get in there. There we go. Just like that. And I just realized that kind of almost forms a heart. Ooh, not good. Just noticed. Both of these are a little bit, they were a little bit twisted. Now they're straight. So I'm going to go ahead and set that aside for now. I'm going to pause and we'll come back after some glue is set up. Okay, it has been a few minutes, a lot longer than a few minutes, probably about 15 or 20. This is peeled up a little bit, not a big deal. As long as it goes into the frame, it's not going to be anything to worry about. Biggest thing was getting the centerpiece set in place. So now we're going to take this and we're going to slide it in here like this. Now, see, as long as it fits in there, not a big deal. Let me see what they They actually don't even have you put any glue in here, so I will put it in just like that. Now it started to come apart here, but yeah, it's coming apart there. So it will have to set up, and I've had these do that before. Once they set up, they're really good. Just because that is popping loose like that, I'm going to run a bead of glue after we clean this off. I'm going to run a little bit of glue. Actually, why don't I use this here instead? It's developed a skin. Run some glue down in here. Now it's developed a skin. It started drying out, so it's just making a mess. There's the problem. Let's get that dry glue off of there. Better. Put that in the trash. Come on. Whoops. Now it didn't want to flow at all before. Now it's going like mad. Let's go ahead and get the excess out of here. Same with up here. I'm making a mess. Let's get that off of there. That off of there. We'll see how badly this overflows. Come on, get back in there. Yeah, not bad at all. And I'd rather do that than have it come popping loose like this is now. Great. Okay. We're going to redo this. We're not going to use white glue and we're not going to use wood glue. First things first, let's go ahead and get the rest of the door put together. Let's put some glue in here and on the two edges. The key thing is we don't want this to come apart once it's in the house. And once it's in the house, it'll set up really nicely. I've done more than just one door. There we go. Got that in place. Come on, slide over there. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna end up clamping this to get it to go together. And we're gonna do the same thing along this edge. See if we can keep from putting half a bottle of glue down this trench. Spread that glue across like that. We're going to put this on here, top and bottom, get everything pushed together. I should be able to just leave this like this. What I'm going to do is get my clamps, which are across the room over here. That was close. Almost had a major malfunction over there of the drawer falling out. I think I've used the clamps on the dollhouse in the videos before. All I got to do is push this together, kind of like that. These doors are always a little bit tricky, making sure the top is good. Line up the bottom. These clamps are well worth the money. Whoop. Always helps if you actually have a hold of the part. Come on. Just make sure everything is squared up. And now we'll set this aside and probably have to give that a good hour or so to dry this time. Good thing I did not take these pins out yet. So the next thing it has you do is you take this part here. I'm just looking through real quick. Yeah. So they want you to glue this part like this. You want the white part down, these points up, and the door pin is on this side. That way it will line up here with the door. That's a little bit loose there. So let me go ahead and throw some glue on here. Might as well use this glue that's all over this brush. I'm going to have to throw this brush away now because it is saturated. Usually I will clean them up, but that one's really saturated this time. Put this on here, make sure it's straight. Match it up. Same on this side, because the key thing is you got to make sure that the door is going to be able to swing past this. If the door jamb here sticks down, the door won't swing both directions. So we got this. Go ahead and bring this back over here. Set it like that. Go ahead and clean the glue off of here, and you can see that it did set up some. There's this glue skin here, but it didn't grab the way I needed it to. So I'm wiping off the glue. It's going to go on here like this. Take the super glue instead of the white glue, instead of the wood glue. Super glue, run it down here. Probably should have done that in the first place. And actually I probably could get away with just gluing the middle, because if the middle is down, the sides are going to not be popping up. Okay, so this time I got to be a little bit careful. I want to make sure I don't get super glue everywhere. See a little bit of residual white glue there. Pop this down in here. Grab one of these clamps. Throw it on here about the middle. Actually, I'm going to have to grab one from both sides and clamp it down. Now we're going to go ahead and pause the video again. We're going to let that sit and cure up. So I'll be back. Okay, it's actually been overnight that this has been sitting here. Got busy doing stuff in the house yesterday. So let's go ahead and get these clamps off of here, because this should be well and truly attached at this point. So we got the door done. So what we need to do now is clear out some space so that I can bring the house itself over. Let's see, we got these pieces here. I need to get everything where I can actually get to it. Although there is one thing I need to do first. Let me double check. Yeah. Before I bring the house over, go ahead and get these pins out. For a second there, I didn't remember where I put the door. So get these pins out here. Come on. There we go. And we're going to put a drop of glue, by the way, good and solid now. We're going to put a drop of glue on both. Let's see, what does it say? It says to put the glue on the pin itself, which makes sense. We don't want to get glue on the top of the door. So we'll put a drop of glue there. Don't want to lose Marie. Gonna need these all over here. So we're going to take one of the pins, put glue on the end of it, and we come on, slide in there. Slide it down inside the hole. Take the other pin, do the same thing on the other side of the door. And you'll see very minimal amount of the pin sticks out. But now we'll get this stuff out of the way. And it happens to be right here. It's not that heavy, but you know, sound effects are always good. Move it right there. See if I can get around other stuff, cameras, etc. Oh, I was wondering what I just knocked off. It was one of these pieces. Which does not want to go back on. They tend to only go on one way. We'll see. So you can see there, both here, both up here and there. Double view on the door. Only one's going to be on screen at a time. So this is going to go in here just like this. For it to stick in place, we're going to put some glue underneath it. And I'm going to use white glue because it dries clear. You want to make sure that the pin, come on. Oof, a little bit too much glue there almost. So we'll spread the glue. I'm using my finger to spread the glue. And you want to make sure that the hole for the pin is towards the back of the house. In other words, that direction. We're going to put that in there. Then we're going to take the frames, these two frames, Matter of fact, these two frames here, you want to make sure you have them right. The gold is going to go towards the kitchen. The blue and white is going to go towards the frozen room. So they're going to go on here, here, and here. Switch cameras again. They're going to go on these sides here. I'm going to put a little bit of glue in there. Doesn't need a whole lot, just a little bit of glue, just like that. And what it's going to do is you're going to put it in here from the right side. Make sure you put it from the right side, otherwise it's going to be a little difficult. And you're going to push it up against the wall. I missed the capture there down at the bottom. You got to make sure you capture the bottom of the door frame, which for some reason is not lining up. There we go. I think, no, it keeps very odd. Let me pause real quick and we'll see what's going on here. Okay, it took a little bit of doing, not a whole lot, just kind of messing with it. It's the thickness of the wallpaper that was kind of making it a little bit difficult to get it to line up. But then we do the same thing on this side. You have to make sure you get all the way onto the door. It should fit down just like that over top. It's not lined up. The dough should be able to push that. There we go. You have to be able to push it all the way down. It's got to push down to the floor. Then when you get these pieces in, you then take the, switch cameras again. You take the door, make sure you got it upside right. And what you're going to do is you're going to set it on here like this. You're going to put, come on, focus. You're going to put the pin into this pinhole like that. And then you're going to just slot it in from below. Might actually be a little bit easier to put the pin into the bottom here first. Now remember, this is always a little bit tricky, trying to line everything up at once, especially because it's acting like that was not all the way over. But we're going to put the pin into the bottom here. It is in. I'm going to tilt this out just a little bit. Get this pin in. Okay. Switch cameras again. Now once you have the pin in, you're going to kind of just close the door. This one's not acting good. This one's being a little bit of a pain. Pull these pins out a little bit. I'm pretty sure you have the idea. I'm going to go ahead and go back to the top view, pause the camera, get the door in place, and we'll be right back. Okay, it was a little bit of a pain, but the door is in there. It's kind of interesting because unlike the other door, it is not quite catching. So trying to see if I can shift things over a little bit, but it doesn't matter as long as the door is there. And it swings both ways. And there's a side view of it. There's a view of it from the frozen room. You can see the hearts and diamonds and all the cards the card suits on there. But it's in there, and so we are able to finish up this episode. Switch cameras again. Give you a top view of the house. Move this camera out of the way and call this an episode. So, hope you're enjoying this. I'm having a blast with it. Sometimes it's a little bit picky, like this door. But overall, really good build. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Hit the bell icon to be notified of any time I post new content. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow, and I will see you in the next video or live stream.
Model mania, partwork models, plastic modeling, wooden models. Workman's model mania, partwork models, plastic modeling.